Listen, I hope everybody's doing well today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what's good. It's your girl Anique, and it is Chit Chat TV where we have those hard conversations. Listen, give me a little minute. We try to get right, baby. We try to get tight, baby. Is that okay with you? Is that okay with y'all? Because we trying to get right and tight. How you feeling, my guest today? You feeling all right?
Wonderfully.
Chatters, good evening. I hope everyone's doing well. Thanks to everyone who tuned in today for service. There's over 500 of y'all tuned in for service today. I am extremely happy and excited that people are super interested in God's word. Listen, I don't know what y'all getting into, but y'all ready for this interview? Y'all ready? Let me know who's in the chat. Let me know which y'all got your copies and cups. Let me know who's in the chat. Let me go live over here and let me go over. We just preparing ourselves. We just getting ourselves together. Guys, listen, don't mind me, because y'all know I want to see who's in the chat. We want to get ready, want to get going. All my Facebook people, shout out to each and every one of my people over here on Facebook. Y'all know y'all amazing. Y'all know that without y'all, this show don't run good without y'all, okay? So I hope that everyone is doing well today. Listen, we have an exclusive interview waiting for y'all. Bear with me, put in the chat what you guys are having. Put in the chat what y'all are drinking. Y'all know how we do it. Y'all know how we do it over Chit Chat TV today. Tell me what y'all having. Before we get started, we get comfortable. We sipping what you drinking. Miss Rodney, what you drinking? Miss Mama Glow and Love Destiny, what y'all having? Tell me. I'm waiting on y'all. I don't want y'all to come up in here tight. This is going to be an exclusive interview, but it's going to be fun, baby. It's going to be fun. Rock with me. Put it in the chat. Rock with your girl Chit Chat today. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. We searching for something. We searching for something. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Let me know what y'all drinking. I have coffee right now. I have Timmy O's. Timmy O's. All right. So what y'all having? And this is a little thing we always talk about what we drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I give my people some time to talk. Right. Go ahead and talk. Get y'all stuff in. Let me know in the chat right now what y'all having. Chit Chat TV, where we have those hard conversations. If you don't have me on Chit Chat TV _underground, what are you waiting on? Follow me and I promise I'll follow back. And while you at it, hit the link in the bio. No, man. Listen, supporters. I am super excited today to have each and every one of y'all. Listen, I'm trying to make sure I adjust my camera just so I can have angles for y'all. Y'all know we already had this special amazing guest on our channel. Listen, but today is a day that we're continuing a very important conversation. And before we move on, okay, grab your coffees and grab your cups, because if y'all ain't signed to Chit Chat TV, y'all know what y'all doing. What y'all waiting on? The show is on the road, baby. Cranberry juice.
Hey guys,
Crush
this is
tea?
your girl
Okay.
Anique, and it is Chit Chat TV, where we have those hard conversations. If you don't have me on Chit Chat TV _underground,
what are you waiting on? Follow me and I promise I'll follow back. And while you at it, hit the link in the bio.
right?
Listen, Linda, we don't have like 3-4 devices working, baby. We run an entire production. Listen, y'all better wait around to see what God is about to do with Chit Chat TV. For all those that don't understand and see our vision, we got a vision. But let me tell y'all something. Most of all, over here, we have those hard talk, real talk conversations. And today, I have somebody with me that is willing and ready to tell their story. You guys have already had a little taste of her story the last time she came over to Chit Chat TV, and shared her Mother's Day story. And she talked about illiteracy and some of the things and challenges she faced. So today, she joined us on the couch, and she's about to really blow it out the park with all the tea. Okay, with the work that God has been doing, everything that's been happening in our lives, we are here to talk about it. So today, guys, I hope you guys on YouTube were able to see the thumbnail. Good afternoon, Valerie Robinson. Good afternoon, Jacqueline, Mama Glow, everyone over here on YouTube. Janice, I see you over here. Marlon, big up yourself, and everyone on Facebook. Listen, I am so grateful to God for everything He's doing, right? One of the things I've come across is, a lot of supporters that are enduring a lot of things. And I want to bring to you guys content that matter, content that will touch your soul. And today we have Marvin Clayton on the couch. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Don't she look beautiful? Look at this. Cheese. Look at this. Oh my God. Listen, this woman right here have a story to tell. The last time I brought her on the channel, I was at her house doing her hair in her kitchen, and we was not even on camera. We was just talking. That was the first day I actually went live on Facebook because people have been telling me, hey, Anik, you need to take Chit Chat TV to Facebook. And I'm like, okay, well, all right, let's take it to Facebook. And that day we took her story to Facebook, but she didn't go into too much details. Neither did she show her face. So today I wanted to come back and bring this beautiful face before you to tell her story. Marvin Clayton, I am excited that you give me an opportunity as Chit Chat TV and our audience a chance to share your story.
Thank you.
You look bright, like you shine like a diamond today. Listen, I want to give Marvin Clayton some hearts in the chat. Let her know that you're present. Pepsi and soda, I drink Janice? All right. Let her know. Remember now, during the live, guys, there's questions you have. You can ask Marvin, and I will facilitate those questions in and out of the interview. All right? So this is about you. This is about her. This is about me. This is about us together learning some things, facilitating some things, and actually being able to have a voice. So anybody in the chat that is, going through these situations that we will discuss, and of course I have some supporters that have reached out to me about this conversation. Supporters that support me, that are actually enduring hardship right now, and they want prayer. So prayers will be going up as well, guys. Remember, we'll be coming with the request lives for prayer requests, and everybody, when we do those lives, you will be knowing about it, so you guys can give your names and prayer requests for situations you're dealing with. Now, things can be anonymous. You can name the situation and leave the name out if you prefer, for confidentiality matters to us. All right, and that this platform be a platform that you guys feel there's a level of respect and honor. Nothing is shared over here, such things as vulnerable things, if you guys don't want to share it. All right, so today we are here to talk about prison and cancer. Two big topics that when the rats hear it, they run out the holes. They don't even want to get the cheese. No more. Rats ain't never hungry when they hear prison or cancer or anything in that arena of things that people think are big issues. Today we have Marvin Clayton, a mother, a sister in Christ, an auntie, a cousin. She's many roles. But let me tell you today, this woman on the couch sitting with a smile on her face. Look at that smile. She's trying to hold it for y'all. Let her know that she can put her shoulder down over. She good. Because in the chit chat camp, my mob people, my lounge orders and my chatters, you guys always make my guests feel comfortable. You look at all this love they're giving you. Look at that. Look at all this love they're giving you in the chat.
Oh man.
So we honor respect. So my supporters are super excited because I got them, I got you already. I send them videos up to promote this today. I put the little thumbnail up, the little thumbnail up, so y'all can kind of see, where we're going with this. So now we have this woman on here. She played many roles. But one role that now she has to play is being a patient as a cancer patient. Being a patient to the doctor as a cancer patient. And that's a role that you probably never thought. We are patients to the doctors. We go to her, whether you're psychologist, whether you're a therapist, whether you're whatever doctors. But you never thought in this sense that you would have been probably one of those people that would have been a patient to cancer. Tell me about the initial beginning of this. Let's break it back a little, because in the first interview, we didn't break it all the way back. We going back now. Before you was diagnosed with cancer, what and how did you feel? Were you feeling sick in your body that you felt like, okay, I need to go to the doctor? What was going on with you? What was changing with you?
Well, I keep on throwing up all the time, keep on feeling sick all the time. Every time I eat, I throw up and just feel miserable from the inside. I never show it on the outside, but in the inside, I was always sick.
Did you hold that information from people, or did you just be like, oh, I'm not feeling good today, or did you find out like, okay, maybe I'm feeling sick, but I want to tell nobody? Because what y'all don't know, this is a woman that's very private. And even in throwing up, some of y'all may think it's simple, but when she's talking about throwing up, she's not just talking about you throwing up some food you let you eat yesterday. She's talking about profuse amount of throwing up. Explain to these people about, because they might not understand when we say throw up. It's not a regular throw up. Go ahead.
It's just throw up for a couple of years. Just throw up everything you eat. You eat it and you go and you just throw up and you just live that kind of throw up life for over 6 years. I just throw up, and every time you go to the doctor, they just nothing is wrong, but you just keep throwing up, but you know there's a problem.
Right. So now, you throwing up, you going through this. Did you lose weight throwing up?
Mm-hmm.
And were you afraid to eat? Because
Yeah.
you know every time you eat, you're gonna eat up. So imagine, that's miserable to feel like, dang, every time I eat, I'm gonna throw up. Did you get to a place where it just frustrated you and I need help, something isn't right? Did you ever feel frustrated about it?
Yes, I do, because it don't give you a normal life, because you just have to keep playing and you don't want to tell people how terrible you feel, so you just keep going.
And she's a Jamaican. Can you heat this up for me? Put it on 1 minute. She's a Jamaican. So you got to understand the idea of strength with Jamaican people, or cultured people rather. We work a lot. We used to go in a lot. Everything we go. We strong. So when I see this woman, she might say, hey, I'm throwing up. People might think it lightly. But only her knew the seriousness of this, because I used to hear, about it at first, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe something, you're eating and and we take it simple. But now that she was diagnosed and you realize that something was dead wrong, what was the next emotion that followed your diagnosis? How did you feel?
Well, you just feel bad, because then you want to keep it away from the people, because you don't want them to worry. So you just kind of go ahead and just hide it from people.
How long did you take to tell anybody when you was diagnosed? How long did it take you to tell anybody?
Probably a year or something. It's over a year. And it's just, you basically.
Do you see what I'm saying, guys, about strength? No. We're not saying it's always smart not to tell your family. And it's not wisdom either. It's a situation when you're in it, you don't know how you're gonna respond. But I think by now she knows she has loving people that support her. And now you guys are on the bandwagon of supporting her as well. Because there's somebody out there that their mama is suffering from cancer. Somebody out there right now that was diagnosed with something that they was unexpected. Now let's back up a little bit. When you was in that doctor's office and he come back and says, Mrs. Clayton, you have this cancer. What was the feeling right then in that moment? Right then.
Bad, real. Oh my God. When everybody heard about cancer, it's like you hear about a death sentence. But then you realize in yourself, you don't want to keep it no more, because you got people, you don't want to die and they don't know that you're dying. So you just keep it to a limit where you kind of share it with one person. And when you share it with one person, the everybody knows in this family.
Listen, it's like a business. When she tell you, it's over. All right? No. It's so funny. And guys, listen, we're not smiling because we think cancer is funny. No, we're smiling because God's love is exuding through this woman. Don't y'all see this? God's grace is exuding through this woman in this position. Let me tell y'all something. Be mad if you want to. But this woman has encouraged me in a situation like this. So let me ask you something. So for the viewers, education-wise, what form of cancer is this and what stage is it?
They take my lungs out, so I have a half a lungs, because one lungs is gone and then they repair the other lung. So I have a half of a lungs, and it's 4-stage cancer.
Guys, think about this and hear it over here at Chit Chat TV, where we have those Hardtalk, Real Talk conversations. Over here, we have those Hardtalk, Real Talk conversations. And now some of you will clearly understand what this channel is about as we move forward. Because for somebody to be living with a half a lungs, tell me about God.
Yes.
Tell me that there's not a God. Maybe to you there ain't a God. But if you had a half a lungs, looking like this, talking like this, testifying like this, still living life with purpose and strength. Don't tell me what God can't do.
Oh my.
Today I saw her in church. For those who are on our live, thank God and shout out to everybody who supports Reference Temple App. Remember to go over and support us. She gave a testimony today in church. And when I look at this woman, I said, God, I want to be like that. Because no matter your situation, you know you have hope. That is what keeps you alive.
Yes. Yes.
So now you diagnosed with this cancer. At first when you were diagnosed, was it a stage 4?
No, it wasn't.
What was it?
Well, the doctor really didn't say what it was at the time. But I figure after I talked to the doctor, the moment they take your lungs out, one of your lungs, that's already 4th stage. So I didn't have no idea until I talked to the second doctor. He said, you've been having 4th stage for probably over 2 years.
Wow.
That I already, probably it's 4 years. So probably 3 years since I have the 4 years since I have the lungs removed. So from the time the lung was removed, that was a 4th stage.
My God, my God. So let me ask you. All right. So now she's diagnosed, my God, in a situation that she had never been in. Does cancer run around your family in any way that you know about? Or you are one of the first people that has ever been diagnosed?
I'm the first person. I've never heard of anybody else in my family with
Guys,
cancer.
never.
No cancer.
So there's no history of something, right? And then the thing befalls you, right? There's no history of something and that thing befalls you. I say it again. You don't have to have a history of something for that thing to befall you.
Yep.
What come your way, you don't expect or know. That's why I said the source I've seen on her. This ain't nothing. Not even a doctor. Because the doctors did what they could have done. They took the lungs and did the physical aspect of it. But how can somebody be living so strong, working, moving around, jumping and dancing in church, president, all these things that some of y'all watching don't even want to go to church, and you ain't got stage 4 cancer. But look at God. So now you've been having this stage 4 cancer for a while. And you've been dealing with that. But during that whole thing, we're going to circle into a new topic. Now, you had a cancer. But not only that, I mentioned earlier, she's a mother. And for those who have been watching our channel, we have mentioned the fact that we have a supporter who watches our channel, many of them. We have one specific supporter who gave a voice note for us the other morning. Did y'all check that live out? She came on. I got a. Y'all wanna hear it again? Do y'all wanna hear it again? Okay. All right. You don't want to hear it again? Because this is a day that he have made. Y'all excited like me? Because I'm super excited about this. No, hold on, supporters. Let me play it again because she didn't hear it. So I'm gonna let her hear it today. Bear with me. Bear with your good girl. All right? Hold on.
Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Damone Clayton. And
Yes!
I'm sure that you heard my story through Anique Shaw. But I just
Surprise!
want you to hear my voice.
That's
want
her
you
daughter.
To hear my story because I feel like it can help someone to not make the mistakes that I've made. I am serving a 17-year sentence in Bedford Hills Correction, all because of I didn't reach out, I didn't get help, and I felt like I was okay. With this type of thinking, I the further in drugs and alcohol and a lot of things that I shouldn't have, which caused me at the time to act on my addiction and trying to satisfy it. And so I have violated my landlord, a person who believed in me, was there for me, and helped me out. She gave me a place to stay. And the fact that I was able to do something like that to another human being is insanity. But we both know addiction, violence, and unchecked mental health issues, it will lead to those paths. And I just want God to be glorified because He saved my life. I am in here and I obtained my associate degree. I'm going for my bachelor's degree. I do a lot of self-help programs. I help other inmates in here not to make the mistake I have made. So this is just a sneak peek of my story. You will hear the rest from Anik Shaw. And I just want you to know that there is hope. Get help. This is real because I never thought I would be able to go down a certain path, but I did. So I asked God to use my story through my transparency to help somebody so God may get the glory. I thank you so much, and my story will be coming, not for anything, but for knowledge. Thank you so much, and you all have a blessed and safe day.
Thank you for tuning in with Chit Chat TV. I appreciate you sharing that with us.
Chat says, listen now, for all my children and supporters, y'all know we share this on the chat because we let y'all know we was coming with content. We wanted to give you a voice behind the stories you guys been hearing. Now, for some of y'all might not understand the emotions behind somebody that you love. Somebody that's loved you for years. Somebody who has given their all and committed a crime. So when they have done some time behind mistakes, let me tell y'all something. It matters to us. And sometimes it makes us a little emotional, but let me tell you something. She's not discouraged. Neither is she down on herself. Guess what she have done? She have forgiven herself, accepted what she have done, and has moved on. She not only attained an associate degrees, but is almost attained her bachelor's degrees. And of course, she has several different things going on here. Several accomplishments going on here. Yes, good ass. Yes, people, not because you're in prison doesn't mean you cannot have a life. Are you proud of your daughter?
I am very proud of her.
All these credits that she have had during school. All of these during school. All of these. So that means when life serves you lemon, you're going to have to learn to make lemonade. So life has served you, maybe not lemons, but something unfamiliar. With this cancer thing, let's backtrack into the child thing. Now you have a child, and during this whole situation, your child was also in prison while this was going on.
Yep.
Now, let's stop there for a minute. Chatters, are you good? You're following the story because I need y'all to make sure y'all on track. This woman diagnosed with cancer. Her daughter is in prison.
She raising that autism.
And she raised an autistic son. Remember I told y'all before. So those are, think about that. Just let that soak in. Give him 20 seconds, let that soak in. Not only that, but the daughter, the daughter who comes and spends time with mommy. You remember the one daughter that's just everywhere? She's that daughter, the special one. Even though all your kids are special, you got that one daughter or son that they just go above and beyond. So it was really hard to lose your child, lose what might seem to be hope in life. Because when they diagnose you, you may think, oh, I'm going to pass away. That's the first fear that comes in our hearts. So tell the people about how you felt. Daughter in jail, you got diagnosed. Now you got to be dealing with the son because you took the son. Now you tell them about that.
It's challenging. But when you know who you serve, when you know who you believe in, that's what gives you all the hope. Because your hope is not built on what's going on around you. Your hope is in building Jesus. So God is there, is comforting you in the midst of all the cancer, in the midst of the child. He give you peace in the midst, and that's what keep me going. The peace that passeth all understanding, that peace that God give to me. But you have to know Him for yourself to be able to have that peace.
Did you have that peace at first, or did you have that peace a little while longer?
Well, you have it, but when you go through a situation like this and you see where He brought you from, you learn how to trust Him more.
Oh, yes.
So it's all Billy and trust, how you learn how to trust Him, because you don't have nobody else to trust. There's nobody else can help you. I don't care how much your family loves you. They loves you to pieces. But at this point, you only have to lean on Him. which give you the strength.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. And I'll help you carry on. Listen, tatas. This is a real real talk conversation. Listen, if you don't have me on Twitter TV _ on the gram, make sure you follow me, your good guy too, on all platforms. Now we're gonna bounce back and forth a little. So you're trusting God. You learn to trust God more because even though you trust Him at first, half of us we grew up in the church, we're Christians or whatever. But you know you have to learn to trust God through experiences. So now this pushes you to greater trust, greater faith, greater love for God because He has kept you thus far.
Yes.
All right. So now let's talk about the daughter part. When your daughter left, it was very hard for you to deal with. How did you, maneuver and find a place of comfortability in your life now?
Well, like I said, number one, you have to learn to have that peace in you, which is the Holy Spirit is the only one that can come in and give you that perfect peace that you needed. And in the meantime, your mind is going to go. But when you know who you believe in, that's what's going to help you.
Yes.
You understand? That's automatically what's going to help you to every morning you get up, or every day you just have to believe that He's going to bring you through. He's going to bring you through.
And as much as you believe, tell the viewers the truth about some of those thoughts you may have that you had to dismiss. Because now as a faith and trusting in the Lord, we still have a human side of us that goes through. Tell them about that side, the struggle of that.
Well, it's a struggle. Because first thing, when you heard about your daughter is in jail, you want to give up. Even although you're older, you don't mean old people give up too. I am 60. But people give up when they have all these baggages and all these things going on. It just seems like one thing after the other. So you feel like giving up and you just feel like, oh my God, I'm going to die. My worst fear when I heard about the cancer, I'm thinking, oh God, I am going to die and I'm going to leave. I got to support my daughter in prison to help her through college. And I am saying that he had a little boy, which is called Mikael. And Mikael is still autism and he needs the extra help. So, I have to struggle to pray extra to ask Him for help. So He don't let me leave this earth, so I can be there for him. So, it's
guys,
kind of emotional.
It's emotional. And I think we have gotten over, as a family, we have gotten over the hump of this thing being, we know now it's reality. We live in reality.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the autism for a minute. Shout out to Mikhail Krebs, who is now a teenager. Listen, he think he's doing big things. But for all those who have children and family members out there that has any disabilities, mental or emotional or physical even rather, because not everybody who has a physical disability has a mental disability. But for those families and mothers out there that you have no control of your kids, you have no services, you have no help, let me encourage you. It's not always easy. And I didn't expect you to do such an amazing job with Mikhail. You know why? Because I never knew anybody could do Mikhail as good as Mikhail's mama. She was so good with him. She was so amazing with him. But God gave you a knowledge, a strength.
Well, first, when my daughter went away, that's the first thing that hits me. I said, I cannot have Mikael be taken away and put in the system. So first thing I go to the Lord and I said, Lord, I don't know how I'm going to be able to manage Mikael because Mikael don't eat any kind of food. Mikael is picky.
Very.
And I said, I don't know how I'm going to handle Mikael. You know what? I pray for Mikael. I lay my hands on him and I pray. I said, Lord, you got to do this for me because I don't know how to raise a child with a disability.
Yeah.
Because when my daughter was around, she takes very good care of Mikael.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really have to do anything.
I was a witness to that too. And, for me, as a residential program, like for me, like when it comes to working with kids with autism and different disabilities, it takes a special art and patience. Guys, I'm telling you, if it's not your kids, usually people don't tend to be patient with them. And so why they suffer a lot of abuse. They suffer a lot of discrimination because people don't understand what it takes. All right. So no, you had to learn, Mikhail. You had to learn how an autistic kid live. So has it been a fun journey now that he's kind of settled doing his thing?
Right, but they're not. These children are smart. So you set, whether you want to believe it, you set the same goals like you set for a regular child. And I set a goal for him. I have a system going on with him, and he followed the system that I have put down for him. Now he's able to. I give him a keys for the house, so we're able to open his own door.
Listen, Linda.
Open his door.
Listen.
Open the door. He come in. He's telling you, Mom, Margaret, he come in. Margaret, this is what I want for dinner. Margaret, bring me Burger King.
Listen.
On the phone. I give him a cell phone and he calls me.
Literally.
Margaret, where are you? Can you bring me Burger King? Popeyes just open. Can you bring me Popeyes, Margaret?
Listen, guys, isn't it no joke? I call that cell phone. If I can't reach her, I call that cell phone. And Mikhail answers the phone. He says, Anik, and then he says, Marvin ain't here. He says, Marvin's not here. Marvin's at work. Super fun. And I think that we learn so much from them. Somebody in the chat wanted to ask, how old is Mikhail?
17 years old.
It's a big boy. All right, so let's go ahead and push past because we used to have a little fun with that. I just wanted y'all to know that this whole thing has a lot of connections, and children is usually a part of it. All right, so there's not only one job to take care of her. She's a wife. I told you guys she's a mother. You know what I'm saying? She's a auntie. You know what I'm saying? She's a mom. Everything you want to be. She's a mother to a young child right now. Even though that's her grandchild, she's the one who mothers him. So now Sasha's in jail. You have Mikhail. You settled in a routine now with him. Does Mikhail have other families that are involved in his life other than you?
Yes, on the weekends he goes to his grandma and his auntie on the weekends.
Have they always been a part of his life?
Mm-hmm. Always.
All right. Well, I think that's amazing because a lot of people that are autistic or have disabilities, families tend to not be that involved. Mm-hmm. But Mikhail has always been blessed. As she mentioned earlier, I witnessed her daughter take care of Mikhail in such a great way. I've never really seen a mother done such a good job with the autistic child. I know a lot of mothers do. They do a good job. But in my face or like somebody in my surrounding, a lot of times mothers tend to hide their own kids because they don't want their kids to be picked on. Mothers tend to, do those things to protect their kids. And it's not always a good thing, but it happens because society sometimes tend to frown upon them and treat them funny. But Mikhail doing his thing. Does he go to school?
Yeah, he goes to school and he's very loved by the teachers. He's very respectful and behaved.
He has always been in school?
Yes. But now everything is working good for him. He used to run around the road when I send him out in the morning time. I had to go. Now I send him down to catch his bus and he sits there, wait until the bus comes and jump on the bus and go to school. So,
that boy's, listen now, let me tell you about Mikhail. You say Mikhail will get that garbage, he go get that garbage. Mikhail put your shoes on, he put that shoes on. Mikhail take you a shower, he put that shower. Let me tell you something. This boy is growing and he's blessed. And I'm able to literally witness him going from not being able to respond to certain prompts to now completely maturing. You don't even gotta give him those prompts anymore. Yeah. Super excited. So that's one point I want you guys to know. If you endure with the process, yes, it will come together.
Yes, and it's called patient because now he goes in his room and he'll lock the door and you have to wait for him. Mikhail open the door. You have to wait. So everything is called patient. So you have to have the patience with him.
Patience is a virtue. And we also know that because your daughter is in prison right now, that's another way that patience has to be exercised.
Yes.
With her being there now, how are you feeling? Because previously, guys, for those who have not been following the channel, she came out on the channel a while back and she expressed a little bit about this, right? So, but it was then. So now I want to know, sitting in this seat today, how have the acceptance of your daughter being in prison, how has that been now?
Well, I accept it because I know, right, even though he's there, But I know the time when she gets there, she wasn't in a safe place. I feel like even though she's behind bars, she's doing a lot for herself. She's going to college. Now she finished all those degrees and now she's doing outside college. So now I got to pay for a scholarship. I just pay the bill, I just pay the college off for her for this semester.
Guys, listen, that is also amazing. Listen, guys, we got a few devices over here. Somebody else on her device says that her daughter, which is in prison, she was also an amazing caregiver to my grandmother for many years. She's family, love you. Yes, I witnessed that for myself. This woman, this daughter of hers, is such a blessing to the community. People in the community, such as the mayor and different people. She used to really be in communication and works with them and nursing homes and different places to care for people. So we ain't talking about somebody who is a jailbird and always been in trouble. No. We're talking about somebody that, like you and like me, we can be in an okay position and then life hit you in the head. Bam!
Yeah, because the drugs will take over wherever way you get it. But I just wanted to say, I'm not saying I want her to be in jail, but at the time when she gets in there, she needed the help. So if it wasn't rehab, it would be have to be jail, because if she was out here doing the same thing she do, then she probably would be dead by now. So I'm still appreciate, that she's in a safe place, and I'm hoping that that somebody will pick up her story and somebody will help her, with some form of help. Because
let's talk about that help, because I know you want to really put that out there. People, I want you to listen for this. Go ahead, talk about what type of help you truly want for her.
Well, I wanted her to get some form of help because she's serving in there, 7 years?
17.
Yes, 7, but how many years she did already?
Oh, she did like 5 or 6?
Yeah, 6 years. And she's doing good. She's not making any trouble in there. She's getting her degrees and she's doing good for herself. So, I'm just hoping that somebody out there will just try to do something to help her.
No, guys, we're going to mention this a little bit. There's something called a pro bono lawyer. And many other things that we have out there. I don't know if anyone in the jail system know anything about these types of things. But one of the things that we want to look forward into doing is really looking into her case. Now, we know that people do a crime and that they got to do the time. But one thing we do also know that is money for many people why they get off cases, right? We're not giving anyone no right. But for someone that has never been in prison, someone that has never committed crimes, someone that was never in any bagga in their life at all, college student, they literally are straight. We ain't making this up, okay? We think also why people like that never get a chance, right? Because if there's a mental issue at play, if there's any mental disability or anything at play, do a diagnosis at play, and somebody commits a crime, those things have to be considered. People don't just run around and arm people they love every day. You guys heard on the voice note, she said that was her landlord. Somebody who helped her and was there for her. So all of a sudden, you make such an anal mistake. There's something attached to that.
Yes.
There's more attached to that in our communities, in our jail system. You guys need to really understand that. Find help for people. Don't just toss them behind bars. Tossing them behind bars oftentimes make them more criminalistic than before. Because when there's no solution, they come out, no help for them, because the system has incriminated them. They can't get a job most times. The system has incriminated them. So when they come back out, the system has set them up to fail. So how the heck I'm going to get a job? How I'm going to move on with life? I'm going to end up back in jail. So the system is set up again for me to enter back in. Check the statistics on people who actually come out of jail and how long before they go back. I remember covering a paper on this last semester. It is often because the system is set up for people to fail. When you make an anal mistake, it's not a mistake if it's wrong or whatever the story is. We take responsibility. But let me tell you something. When people are not criminals and they commit a crime, you have to wonder what could have triggered that crime.
Well, drugs. Because the fact that she have such a good thing going for her. She got such a good thing going for her. You know, why did she get into that position? She, you understand? And like I said, some of the little backgrounds, you know, I'll talk about it. You know, nobody know what she was going through. You know, I leave them for 7 years when I was, you know, when I came here just to come to make a better life for them. You know, I don't know if they go through anything while I was gone because she have never shared it with me. So, you know, I don't know what was going on in her head. You know, I don't know.
Now, I will leave this question up to you. Someone is asking, and that's up only if you're willing to share the reasons. Someone is asking, what was she charged for?
She stabbed our landlord. She stabbed our landlord. So, yeah, they would probably charge her for attempted murder. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I want that to soak in for a minute. Guys, please put your questions in the chat because while I'm here, I do want you guys to feel like you have a voice here. Let me pull the camera a little bit closer just so I can see the questions here. Guys, please do not be afraid to ask Marvet any questions. She's completely open and willing to talk today. All right. And I want you guys to feel like you have a speech, our voice over here. You can speak. People just give me a comment. Let me see. Let me make sure I go double check here. Moderators, please highlight to me anything I'm missing question-wise, all right? Just want to make sure. I don't want to move forward. I'm loving to hear this as I have a 6-year-old nonverbal autistic stepson. This story here gives me hope for him. The goal of this interview here.
Because let's put that out there.
Go ahead.
Let's put this out there. That Mikhail didn't talk till he was like about what? Probably about 12, 13.
You know what? I don't know how old Mikhail was. He wasn't talking for a hot minute.
No, Mikhail didn't start talking till like he was about 12, 13 years old before he make his first speech.
But hold on. You know what? I remember your daughter saying when he was younger, he used to say a couple words, but he went backwards. So when he was a baby, you know how babies be like, "Mommy, Daddy," like he used to be like that, and then it just completely.
Because when he came to me, that's what 5, 8 years ago.
He wasn't talking.
He wasn't talking. So, for your daughter that didn't speak,
stepson, I think step grandson or something.
Grandson. You have hope for him.
Stepson, okay.
Hope for him.
There's hope, people. 12 years old is older, I know. Yeah. But trust me, Mikhail, and it's not that he doesn't understand. He knows what he gives me such joy when I think about him.
He knows everything. And
he knows everything.
Yep.
He be...
Marvet, you're tired. Go back to bed.
Marvet ain't here. Bye. He literally gets on the phone. You know, so it's super exciting when we think about these things. And it brings us, I think these are the little things that make Marvet's journey, and especially even through her hard times, it brings her joy and peace, and that she can truly say God has blessed her. So Marvet, sitting right now, what makes you decided, I am going to be bold to come out and tell this story without shame, without any kind of fear in your heart?
Well, you know what? First thing, you raise up, the Bible said, train up the child in the way they should grow, that when they become older, they will not depart from the truth. I know that I did everything I can as a mother to raise up the children well.
Yes. So
that in a sense made me feel that I can come and tell the story, because there's a lot of people that is not, they think they are the only one that is going through a hard time and a tough time. But a lot of people are going through a tough times, and like I decided I'm going to tell my story because I look and I see a little boy on the TV the other day. He was 16 years old and he was facing cancer and he's dying. So you realize that you are not the only person that have problems, and you're not the only person that is sick. So you make other people know there's hope no matter how the situation is. And the main thing, the Bible says you're absent from the body and you're present with the Lord in the spirit. So whatever you're doing, and if you're facing problems, just make sure that your soul is right with the Lord. So if your body is departed from this earth, you're going to be with Jesus.
So let me ask you, since this diagnosis comes with a sense of pressure, especially how the world look at it, because the world doesn't look at things how God looks at it. since it come with all that type of pressure, how do you right now exist when you wake up every day? When you get up out your bed in the morning as a cancer patient, how do you exist
All right.
now?
I went the other day to the doctor about a week ago, and the doctor said I was supposed to go do chemo or whatever, a radiation, and he said, well, we can't do no radiation because it's cancer spread. But I'm not worried about the cancer, because if it's God's will for him to take me out of this world, then I know my soul is right with him. So that's what give me the wake up in the morning, because I know that every morning I ask him to search me and make sure my heart is right before him. So when I get up, I get up with that peace. So that's what keep me going. I'm not worried about anything. I'm just worried. I'm more worried for my family more than me. But I am not worried, because I know that if this body, if he said today's my last day, I asked him to prepare me every morning. I get up, and every day I get up so that my soul is right. And like I said, there's not a lot of people that get a second chance, second chance to in this life to know that they have cancer. Some people, they go to their bed and they didn't wake up, so they didn't have a chance. So I have a chance to make all my wrongs right. So that's a good thing for me.
Did this make you a more God-conscious woman in an overall setting?
Yes, it makes me search, because every day is God gift to you. So I live every morning like it's my last day. So whatever I'm doing, I make sure that I do it in the grace of God. You know what I mean? So I don't get myself in no idle conversation. I don't get myself into anything that's gonna make my soul not right.
Guys, our souls matter. And I know a lot of you think your physical aspects matter than your soul and your spirit. Listen, let me tell you something. Hey, you collect up all the jewels you want in this physical world, but let's collect up diamonds and pearls up in heaven. How about that? Listen, this woman is a diamond, not in the rough anymore, because God done brushed her off, shined her up real good, and sit her on Chit Chat TV's couch to come out here and tell somebody that no matter what you're going through, you can still have a smile on your face.
Yes. Yeah.
And not only that, life is not promised to none of us.
Right.
And if you're not serving the Lord today, it is not that we force you. But do you see the confidence that's sitting in a stage 4 cancer patient with a half a lungs? Do you see what God does for your spirit, not your physical self? Because God ain't here to appease your physicality. But the spirit man in her, don't you see how it rising up and hitting me in my head? I'm just about ready to fall out. Hallelujah. Listen, don't play with Chit Chat TV. She inspires me. Why do you think I sit on this couch so confidently? She's one of these people that inspire me. And whatever God's will is, and whatever God wants to do, he do it. Did you check the mail? Grab it, bring it to me. Bring it to me. So, moving forward, we ain't going to linger on this too long. Now, your daughter in jail. She getting a degree. I'm sure she's going to be getting up, because we thanking God for the future plans. We thanking God for what he shall do. Okay, we thanking God. Okay? Do you want to open this letter from your daughter? Open it up.
No, you open it.
You open it. Because today's a good day. Today is a good day. Hey! All right. For the Chatters Camp, we're going to end this with a bang today. You ready?
Yeah.
If you're going to cry, there goes tissue.
Okay.
Hey!
Hey.
All right. For the Chatters people and everyone out there, hello to everyone. And this is from the inmate herself. The one you heard her voice note. And I told you I'm going to bring the letter to you guys on Sunday alongside with the interview. Hello, everyone who took the time to view my story. Sad but true story. My name is Damon Clayton, and I am currently serving 17-year sentence in a correctional facility. I would like everyone to know not to underestimate life's challenges. I came from a good home. a proper upbringing, awesome parents and family. I wake up every day in a small jail cell wondering how, when, and why I began dying on the inside while trying to look good on the outside. I had everything until I became a prodigal daughter, drowning in addiction and unchecked mental health issues. I wanted to save the world. God knows it. But instead, I became one with the world I was trying to save. I was naked. My armor had holes. I failed to take heed. I ignored his voice, his warning. I was deaf. I spiraled from a place into the pit. But God saved my life. Oh, Jesus. Drowning in my own addiction, I refused to get help. I was ashamed. So I hid from the one who loved me. I didn't want my family to see me. I hid, losing absolutely everything, including myself. I knew no drugs except the ones prescribed to me. As my soul dwindled, I knew all the drugs. Took them all, chasing a high I could never achieve again. Nevertheless, I find myself with a crowd of chasers like myself. I stole, robbed, swindled, and manipulated anyone I could. I burned so many bridges and hurted so many people. I was the hurt person, hurting others, including one person who gave me a home and that stood up for me in court, my landlord. Addiction cares for no one. Its appetite is to satisfy itself, to kill, steal, and destroy. My life, because I let it, I take responsibility for all my actions. And the last page says, I remember walking in the streets nights after nights looking for a place to lay my head. Behind houses and dumpsters. I need of a shower and change of clothes. In my mess, God never let me die. I had survived suicide attempts with an S. But he wouldn't let me die. I gave up on myself. I did not want to live. My son was last. When I left him for jail cell, every day I beat myself up. How can I take care of him when every penny went to dope man? Every penny go to the dope man. Hope I am today. Here I am today, alive and going. God saved my life. He remained faithful, and I was unfaithful. I want people to know that there is a redemption after a fall. You know to pursue it. This is a sneak peek of my journey that landed me in prison for years. Take heed. It can happen to you or your loved ones. It is a painful journey, but God, stay tuned for the next chapter. That's the message. Bring me up tissue, please. A small piece. Thank you. Oh, God.
Save that later. Whoa.
Guys, let me tell you something. When somebody deserves something, It's easy to accept whatever crime you think in your head they deserve, right? Because they say, I didn't do something. But when somebody has lived a life of it as an example, been so good, you always say, why? Why could this happen? We implore you, mothers out there, that you might be silent with your child that you know doing things. Don't be silent, God will charge you. For those mothers out there that you weren't silent, but you stood forward and you did the right thing, let God handle your children. Because if she didn't let go and let God handle her daughter, she would have been on the deathbed and not be before you today. Because that thing, like she testified in church today, was worse to her than cancer. This ain't no joke we're playing here. No, we're from the US, Buffalo. It's no joke. When you think you got it together, or the Bible says rather, when a man think he stands, take heed unless you fall. I want you to tell the people something encouraging. I want you to leave them with a word this morning, because we're coming to the end of this interview, but I need my viewers to be left with a word. But before you leave that word, let me see if anyone is saying anything so I can answer. I don't want nobody to feel left out. On here, let me double check these comments. No, she up for pro. Not yet, Pinky. Auntie Michelle Wood says she's so proud of you for this testimony. Thanks for that, Margaret. Now I really feel hopeful. You are truly an inspiration. God is in control of your situation. He's going to work it out. Amen. Sometimes when they are younger, we do not take a lot with them or to them. Someone else says, word, bless up yourself there. Thank you, sister, for your testimony today. I learned that whatever state I find myself in, to be content. Someone else says, bless up, and thank you. The people are appreciative. Let me see. Glory to God. I'm alive today because God kept me. Thank you, Jesus. God had her through it all. There's hope in the King Jesus. Thanks be to God. He never threw away our clay. Threw away our clay. He still have us on the potter's wheel, spinning, molding, reshaping, and fashioning into likeness. Thank you. And someone else says, God is awesome, never failing. God always on time. Absolutely. And for my Facebook people, God will put you through that was self-defense. Shout out, Angela, shout out to everyone else over here. Shout out. And Facebook comments are a little different, so it's harder to me to read them. But we were so grateful that you guys are so willing. Please make sure you're sharing this live. Any one of y'all come on live, I need y'all to share this live, because this word needs to reach places. It needs to reach the right people in the right avenue and at this right time. So I want you to leave something with the people. Can you leave them with something? Since you shared so much, you opened up, you talked about this thing here. Go ahead.
Well, I'm thanking you for listening to the story. And I'm encouraged by just hearing everybody's view. And I want to tell you, no matter what you're going through, and look out for your children, look out. Because sometimes we as parents, we overlook the attitudes and the behaviors of the children. Sometimes they're not close enough, far away, we don't see all the behaviors. But let's just pay attention to the needs of your children, not even your children, but the ones that are close to you. And be encouraged. No matter what, you don't give up on them. No matter what they're going through, make sure you're being their light. Make sure you be their light. You know, your parents or your children or whatever. Just make sure you stay believing what you believe in.
That's right.
And the main thing,
yes, that
you know that you cannot do anything that we're going through. We cannot do it on our own. We need help. And that if you don't forget the people that call upon God's name, ask for strength, ask for help from the people. The people, just ask for help. Don't think you can do this all by yourself. We need help.
No one's
Because
alone.
I tried it. I tried it not to let people into what I'm doing. But I realized that it's not gonna work.
Not gonna work.
You gotta let some people in.
Not gonna work.
So-
Why should you eat?
So be encouraged. Be encouraged.
Listen, my auntie knows it's not gonna work. It's not. But see why it didn't work and it couldn't work? This right here. So supporters, I hope you got something amazing out of this today. But this is your girl Anike.
Hey guys, this is your girl Annie, and it is Chit Chat TV.
Yay! Where we have those hard conversations. If you don't have me on Chit TV _ on the ground, what are you waiting on? Follow me and I promise I'll follow back and while you're at it. Hit the link in the bio. Supporters, that was amazing. I'm so grateful for everyone who tuned in. Please remember to share the live. Come on over YouTube, support the live over there. Put some watch time on there. She's jovial, Janice. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Big up on herself. Everyone that gave a comment over here. People are truly blessed by your testimony over here. There's a lot of people over here typing their little comments. Thanks for everyone who tuned into this conversation today. Remember, guys, we have much more things to come. And remember, with Chit Chat TV, over here, you can have those hard talk, real talk conversations because over here, it's a safe space. Let it out. Don't let it kill you or choke you. And like this woman here, speaking has a good way. It looks good on you. Yeah, she's speaking and it looks good on her, doesn't it? Bless up on herself. Bye, guys. YouTubers, bye, guys. I love you guys. Thanks. See ya.
Well, that was something.